Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first edition of Fail Factor. Buckle up as we embark on a journey through the latest flops and fiascos that have left audiences bewildered, bemused, and begging for better. Let's dive into our trinity of troubles: Madam Web, Echo, and Skull and Bones. First up, we have Madam Web, a movie that has critics reaching for their thesauruses to find new ways to say disaster. The film has been compared to the infamous Catwoman and deemed worse than Morbius, which is no small feat. Dakota Johnson, the star of the film, is reportedly embarrassed to be associated with it, and who can blame her? The plot is a tangled mess, with the protagonist Cassie discovering her superpowers only at the very end of the movie, leaving viewers wondering if they accidentally walked into a tower trailer. But wait, there's more. The film tries desperately to connect with Spider-Man, featuring characters from his backstory, but fails to weave any compelling narrative. The action is lackluster, with minimal spectacle and a chase scene that's more snooze than speed. Even the locations, which include New York, Boston, Los Angeles, and Mexico, fail to add any excitement to the scenes. Next, we have Echo, Marvel's new show that seems to be struggling to make a sound in the vast MCU. The show centers around the character Echo, a niche character whose powers have been altered from the comics. Despite the inclusion of the character Fist from the Netflix series and the potential for a darker tone, the show is facing skepticism from audiences who are wary of its focus on diversity and female empowerment. The reviewer admits to a lack of interest in Echo and expresses a preference for other characters, highlighting the challenge of engaging audiences with a lesser-known protagonist. The discourse surrounding the show suggests that it may be perceived as a vehicle for a diversity and female empowerment message, rather than a compelling narrative in its own right. As Echo tries to find its voice, it remains to be seen whether it can resonate with viewers or fade into the background of the MCU. Last but not least, we have Skull and Bones, Ubisoft's game that's facing a critical and commercial shipwreck. With tepid reviews, low sales, and a player base of only around 850,000, the game is struggling to stay afloat. The long development cycle, lack of innovation, and high price point have contributed to its failure, with Helldivers 2 stealing the spotlight with its more immersive experience. The game is not expected to make its money back and lacks long-term potential, leaving players and investors alike wondering what could have been. As it stands, Skull and Bones is a reminder that even the most promising voyages can end in disaster. From the tangled web of Madam Web to the faint echo of Echo and the sinking ship of Skull and Bones, it's been a week to forget for these unfortunate contenders. Until then, this is ronflakes, over and out.